Hi guys. First things first. Not today, Satan. Sorry if you're religious, I just love this t-shirt. Yes, my hair's a little bit lighter. We'll not go there because, yeah. I'm doing this video because I've had a couple of questions about certain things that I would just like to address, really, a little bit more easily. Okay, so I am married to a quadriplegic. A quadriplegic is different to a paraplegic. A paraplegic is, they are paralyzed from kind of like the waist down, like the lower waist, so they can't move their legs. A quadriplegic, depending on the break in the neck, the higher the break, the more paralyzation. So my husband broke basically his C4 and his C6 kissed. His C5 completely smashed. C's are usually there. Luckily for him, he still has the ability to move his arms. He just can't move his hands. Apart from that, from there down, he can't feel. Like if I were to stab him or something with a fork, wouldn't feel it. Whereas if I pinched him up here, he would scream. Now, I've had a couple of questions from people about sex. And obviously, being that I'm young, I'm 30. I don't know if that's still classed as young. I have a sex drive, and my husband is 34. He has a sex drive. My husband became a quadriplegic at 22. So, if you know boys like I know boys, that is the one thing that is on their mind. For the 9 years up until he met me, he had never had any kind of intimacy with a girl. In fact, a girl actually told him that he seemed like too much hard work. Even though she wasn't caring for him, she was just meant to be his girlfriend, but we'll skip that. I do not have the tolerance nor the patience for people like that, you know. Disabled people are exactly the same as us. I tell my husband every day, as far as I'm concerned, he sat down. There's nothing wrong with him. He sat down. And he gets quite self-conscious about his wheelchair. And again, I tell him, your wheelchair is nothing different to my handbag. If I don't take my handbag with me, I don't have my phone, I don't have my keys, I don't have my purse, I'm stuck. Your wheelchair is my handbag. So, for anyone that feels out of place with their wheelchairs or their moving equipment, you know, like strollers, walkers, stuff like that, please do not feel like you are out of place. You are just carrying an accessory, just like the rest of us are. Okay? Okay, down to sex. Luckily for I believe that regardless of the fact that the spinal cord has been severed, obviously not completely, because then you'd be dead, and that's not good. The body, the mind remembers what you're supposed to do, you know. It remembers that you need to urinate. It remembers that you need to poop. It remembers that your heart needs to beat. And most of all, it remembers what your sexual organs are for. And I know this is completely different in every case. Some paraplegics, some quadriplegics will get random erections. Completely out of the blue. There's nothing sexual going on. It just happens. And I find that encouraging, because that means that the body is remembering that that is what is supposed to happen. Wrong time, wrong place, but that is what is happening. And with me and my husband, I know a lot of you probably think, well, you know, you're in a sexless marriage. We're not. I have spent time basically training his organs. I'm trying to keep this very PC, into remembering what they're for. And if I want to have sex with him, we can have sex, because his brain is going, oh, hang on a minute, this is the part that bit works. That's supposed to work. Obviously, sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, you go home with a drunk guy and it doesn't work. That's just the way it happens. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We have tried Viagra. We have tried the injection. We found the injection didn't work at all for us. It basically just bruised everything and made everything very sore and quite not pretty to look at. And it didn't actually do what it was meant to do. Obviously, that's not the case for everybody. That was just our personal experience. Like I said, we've tried Viagra. The problem that we had with Viagra was it felt like he had to take it in the morning in order for us to be ready to have sex at night, which was a little bit weird. We've actually kind of stopped trying to use things to improve the sex life, to have a sex life, and we've gone more for the natural source of let's give it the old college try. When it comes to the point where we decide to have children, obviously then we are going to need some help. I have heard of a procedure. I do not remember what it's called, but it is very similar to a TENS machine, which is basically a machine that vibrates. It's usually for pain, but I know I've heard of a lot of people that use it, and it does actually give an erection and gives ejaculation. So if that is something that you are wanting to look into, I would suggest looking into it. There are a lot of different things that can be done. There is also the I don't know the medical words for these things, the erectional pump, where they actually put in a tube and a pump into like your sack or near your sack or wherever, and when you feel like you need an erection, you pump, and everything goes up. And when you want to come down, you pump a different way. You go pump, and everything goes down. At present, this is the only information that I know of. When we decide to have children, which won't be for a little while because we're looking into careers and moving and stuff like that, that is something that we are going to look more in-depthly into. Now, I don't want this video to just be about bits and bobs. My husband is doing great. He is still in school. He's doing fantastically. Regardless of the fact that he is so hard on himself, he is doing great. He should be able to graduate in 2020. And that is when we're planning on kind of like moving and starting our own little family and house and job and blah, blah, blah. At the moment, we're just kind of coasting along. As you can tell, I'm pretty happy. I've been... You can skip this part if this part is not what you were after. I was diagnosed with bipolar, which wasn't a fucking surprise to me at all. You know, when you suffer for so long, you kind of know the symptoms. So I've been put on bipolar medication, and oh my God, I actually feel like a person. I actually have emotions that aren't just of dread and panic and, oh my God, why am I alive? Kind of thing. I have happy thoughts and stuff like that. I did have a comment on here from someone, and it was about my hair, hence why it's up. I have lightened it though, that my hair was not that great, and that was due to me cutting it all off in the middle of the night when I was having a very bad episode. This was before the diagnosis. So at the moment I'm a little bit, since the comment, like, I completely agree with them. It looks terrible. But since the comment, I've been very self-aware of it. I've actually ordered a wig to try and make myself feel a little bit more normal in that respect. And wait for nature to grow. If you have any questions about anything, I mean, whether it's to do with the sexual aspect, the mental aspect, the physical aspect that I go through every day, that my husband goes through every day, the equipment, the way that our routine has to be done exactly the way it should be, I mean, feel free to give me a comment. I am happy to answer any questions. If I know the answer, I'm going to answer it for you. Okay? Never be afraid to ask me anything, and never, ever be embarrassed by somebody else's comment. You know, everybody knows there are plenty of trolls out there. There are plenty of people who are so very happy putting other people down. And those type of people do not deserve your sadness. Okay? I want you to all stay healthy, happy. And again, you know, I'm going to repeat myself. If there is anything that you need to know about anything, hey, talk to me about, well, not politics, because I'm not that great, but anything. I am here for you. Okay? I hope you're good, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.